Today we are going to see the properties of multiplication of integers. The first property is multiplication of a positive and a negative integer. Children, when we multiply a positive and a negative integer, we always get a negative integer. Let's see how. Now see children, we are going to perform the multiplication of minus 10 into 4. We are going to write this minus outside. 10 into 4. 10 fours are 40 and this minus will come as it is. So when we are multiplying a negative integer with a positive integer, we are getting a negative integer. Now let's see what happens when we multiply a positive integer to a negative integer. Now see children, we are going to write this minus sign again outside. 2 into 3, that will give us 6. But minus is going to return as it is. So again if you see, you will see that if you multiply positive integer to a negative integer, the answer is negative integer. Similarly, here in question C, if you multiply minus 4 into 5, you will get 20 but minus 20. See, this minus 4 into 5 will give you negative integer. Understood children? It means children, a into minus b is equal to minus a into b is equal to minus in bracket a into b. Or multiplication of a positive and negative integer is always a negative integer. Now let's study next property. Now children, multiplication of two negative integers. When we multiply two negative integers, we always get positive integers. For example, now see children, if we have minus 10 into minus 12, we will always get 120. Or suppose if you multiply minus 2 into minus 3, 2 3s are 6 and minus into minus will become directly plus. So the multiplication of two negative integers is always a positive integers. Or we can say that if a and b are two integers, like a into minus a into minus b, it will always give you a into b. This is your second property, that the multiplication of two negative integers is always a positive integer. Now let's study the third property. Now children, let's see what is the multiplication of three or more negative integers. Now children, you have seen that if there are two negative integers and if their multiplication is done, we get a positive integer. Now children, see what happens when we multiply three negative integers. Now see, 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6, minus into minus plus, plus into minus again minus. See, it means that if the multiplication of three negative integers is a negative integer, again I am repeating children, the multiplication of three negative integers is always negative integer. And the multiplication of four negative integers is always positive integers. That means children, if the number of negative integers in a product is even, then the product is positive integer. It means that if we are doing the multiplication of four negative integers, the answer will be positive integer. Or suppose we are doing the multiplication of 6 negative integers, instead of 4 here, if there are 6 negative integers, then also the product will be positive. Understood? If the number of negative integers in the product is odd, then the product is negative integers. Now see children, here there are three negative integers and we get the answer in negative. If similarly, if we have 5 negative integers and if we multiply them, then also the answer that we will get will also be a negative, will also be in negative. Understood, children, this? Now children, see, closure under multiplication. If we multiply two integers, what we get, children? Suppose if I multiply 2 into minus 10, I will get minus 20. Now what is, if I multiply these two integers, I am getting an integer. Now if I multiply 2 into 3, I am getting 6. If I multiply these two integers, I am getting again an integer. If I multiply minus 2 into 1, I am getting minus 2. It means that in both the in all the three examples, if you see, you will find that when we multiply two integers, the result is always an integer. It means that, children, if a and b are integer and if you multiply this, then the answer will always be an integer. Understood? Children, second is commutative property. What will happen if we change the order of integer when we multiply? Now see, children, in this example A, 30 into 15 is equal to 450. Or if you change the order, if you write 15 into 30, it will again give you 450. Now children, if I write minus 55 into minus 10, that will give me positive number, that is 550. And if I change the order, if I first write minus 10 into minus 55, again I will have the same answer, that is 550. Now children, in C example, if you see that minus 10 into 10 will give you minus 100, or if I interchange the position of these two numbers and if I write first 10 into minus 10, that will also give you me minus 100. It means that if we change the order of integers, their product remains same. Again I am repeating, children, if we change the order of integers, their product remains same. So multiplication is commutative for integers. It means that A into B will give me the same answer as B into A. Now children, let's see what will happen if we multiply an integer by 0. Now, if I multiply 12 into 0, I will get 0. If I multiply a big number by 0, what will I have? 0. It means that if we multiply an integer by 0, their product is always 0. Suppose A is an integer and if I multiply it by 0, the answer will always be 0. Even if I am multiplying a negative integer, suppose this is the negative integer and if I am multiplying it by 0, the answer will always be 0. Now let's see the next property. Now children, the next property is multiplicative identity. What will happen if we multiply an integer by 1? Now see children, 12 into 1 will give me 12. Minus 3 into 1 will give me minus 3. 1 into minus 5 will give me minus 5. See, it means that if we multiply an integer by 1, their product is the integer itself. Suppose children, here I am multiplying this big number, this very small number, that is minus 265 into 1, that will be the number itself, that is minus 265. Suppose children, here I am multiplying 1 by 5 lakhs. then I will get 5 lakhs itself. It means that if we multiply an integer by 1, their product is the integer itself. It means children, a into 1 is equal to 1 into a is always a. Understood? Now let's see the next property, that is associative property. Now children, associative for multiplication. We will understand this property by this example. What will happen if we multiply the 3 integers together? Now children, if I multiply these two numbers first, what I will get? 10 threes are 13. 30 into 4, that will give me 1, 0 is 0, 4 threes are 12. Now children, if I first do the multiplication of these last two digits first, what answer will I have? Let's see. 10, 3 4s are 12, 10 into 12, that is again 120. It means children that if we multiply the 3 integers, their product remains same no matter if we first multiply, first the multiplication is done of the first two numbers or the second multiplication is done first. You can understand this very well by this formula children, is always equal to a. Understood children? This is associative property of multiplication. The product always remains same in these two conditions. Now children, next let's see the distributive property of multiplication. Now children, let's see distributive property. Distributivity is the actual distributivity of multiplication over addition. We will understand this by following example. Now children, see, here I wrote minus 2 into 8, that will give me minus 16. Now if I split this 8 and if I write it in this form, then let's see what the answer will be. Now children, I am showing you distributive property. Okay. Now minus 2 into 5 plus minus 2 into 3. Minus 2 into 5 will give me minus 10 plus minus 2 into 3 will give me minus 6. Minus 10 plus into minus will become minus 6. And now here, as the two integers are negative, we will have addition and we will put a bigger number sign, that is minus 10 sign, that is negative. Now see children, this answer also we had minus 16, and by using the distributive property we also had the answer minus 16. Thus we can say children that A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. So we can say that distributivity of multiplication over addition is true for integers also. So with this we have completed all the properties of multiplication. Now in the next video we are going to solve exercise 1.3.